More than 3.5-year hiatus, the Jefferson County Historical Society is open again to the public. More than $1 million worth of restoration work on the building is all finished up, now incorporating a new roof, a state-of-the-art elevator to navigate different floors, and new exhibits for the public to browse through. The Society's executive director says this grand reopening exhibit will be on display for about a month's time, as they look to include a rotation of several different exhibits heading into the fall.
We are overjoyed to have our doors open and to let the crowds in. There's been so much excitement leading up to this. People have been calling, and today's the day.
Engelman says they wanted to make sure the doors were reopened because of its historical significance. The mansion once belonged to Edwin and Olive Paddock, who were bankers and entrepreneurs, as well as the founding families of Watertown.